are wide open as we begin our spectacular third round of Superchamps 94. Welcome to the Foss Hill Jet Ski Centre in Yorkshire for round 3 of Superchamps 94! Yay! Well, if you were with us for the last 2 rounds, then you'll know that the Sharks are in the lead with 23 points. Just behind them are the Tigers and the Wasps tying on 20 points. It's still anybody's race, and believe me, around here anything can happen. For round 3, the Argos are back in action. And the teams will have to use all their skill to control the hovercraft. The Wonder Wheels are certainly going to make points difficult to earn. And the fabulous jet skis may decide which team wins round 3. And of course, Matty will be out and about with his fabulous film crew, finding out what's going on behind the scenes. Hi, Matty.
Hello. Well, with so much happening, there's a whole army of people to make sure things run smoothly.
And safely, of course.
That's right, but things do go wrong, but the experts make sure nobody gets really hurt.
Yes, but our competitors are so good on these machines, they really know how to handle them.
They are, unlike somebody I could name.
What's that supposed to mean?
Have a look at this.
Oh, no.
I'm
Where did you find this? Oh!
Oh dear. Was that you, Liz?
They said go for it, so I went for it. Oh dear. Well, I'm really pleased to say that Panther and Hunter are back with us this week, making sure everything goes safely. And believe me, if we hadn't had safety marshals at that particular event, I really could have got hurt. I had all the right equipment on. Anyway, let's get straight on with the action. We're going to Argos. Our teams are ready, and driving for the Sharks is Amy Pugh. Sharks, are you ready?
Ready!
Marie Ridley's at the wheel for the Tigers. Tigers, are you ready?
Ready!
Tara Sutherland takes the controls for the Wasps. Wasps, are you ready?
Ready!
And finally, a new member of our Super Champs who we haven't seen before, Vicky Burton, is driving for the Eagles. Now, Vicky, how difficult are these things to learn to drive?
They're not very difficult once you get used to them, but it takes quite a while to get used to actually learn the controls. But if you've got a good instructor, it doesn't take all that long.
Okay, show me how these controls work.
Right. That's the throttle there, and you pull that one to turn right, but you keep your power on all the time. And you just do the same with that one and turn left, you just pull it.
So there's no steering wheel in these then?
No.
It's just controls. What happens if you want to stop?
You back off your power and you pull both levers like that.
Right, so it's very much like driving a tank then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now the Eagles have been falling a bit behind in this last competition. Do you think that this is going to be the event where they go forward?
Yeah.
You're going for it. Eagles, are you ready?
Ready!
They're ready, we're all ready, and I hope you are too, Simon.
Sure am, Liz. So, for the Eagles, Vicky Burton will drive. For the Sharks, Amy Pugh. For the Tigers, Marie Ridley. And for the Wasps, Tara Sutherland. And it's Tara who's got off to a terrific start here. There's the onboard camera from her Argo. This is the biggest land course ever constructed in the history of Superchamps. Took 5 days to build. And Tara moving the Wasps in front. Looks like it's the Eagles in second place. And they've moved into a different league from the other two. Tigers third, Sharks fourth, but we can't spot them at the moment. Tara's doing such a good job for the Wasps. In their Argo, Tara, Carl Lee Firth, Gary Watling and Michael Garland. And with the Eagles, Vicky Burton, Barry Turnbull, Fraser Sheeder and Simon Gray. Going around 15, 16 miles an hour top speed on land. When they get into the lake, they go down to about 2 miles an hour. All the competitors for Superchamps hand-picked. And really, you've got 24 of the most sporting types from both the Yorkshire and the Tyne Tees regions. There's Tara doing a good job. Hand operated, grip throttle with spring-loaded return, so pretty easy to operate. It's easy for me to say here. Drive rather like a tank. 2 speeds forward and neutral, and reverse if necessary. Now, there's a problem. They've gone in a little deep, the Sharks. Jamie Moss jumping up and down to try and get something going. Meanwhile, it's the Wasps in front. And comfortably so. It's been an easy ride so far. No problem at all. But they're a real problem for the Sharks. Marooned there. And the Wasps are over a lap in front of them. The Eagles in second place. But they don't seem to be catching. Vicky Burton at the controls. But the Wasps are very nearly home. And celebrations, you can see, have already started. What a great start this is. The Eagles in second place. Don't look too disappointed, do they? Tigers third, Marie Ridley at the controls. And I'm afraid the Sharks bringing up the rear. So a good win for the Wasps, 4 points for them. 3 for the Eagles, 2 for the Tigers, 1 for the Sharks.
We're on the track, we're ready for event 2, and it's double trouble. We start with the 80cc bikes. They do 3 laps of the track, go straight into the changeover bays. It's a sprint down to the edge of the water where the hovercrafts take over. Back to you, Simon.
So the bikes to start us off. Nearest the camera for the Sharks, James Noble. Then it's Alan Cooper for the Tigers, Barry Turnbull for the Eagles, and David Johnson for the Wasps. An even break. And straight into the lead goes Barry Turnbull for the Eagles. Tigers second, Sharks are third, and the Wasps at the back with David Johnson. But look at Barry Turnbull here. Already opening up a good gap. Tigers second, Sharks are third, Wasps are fourth. And the Sharks now moving into second place. But it's the Eagles first with Barry Turnbull. James Noble in second place for the Sharks. Barry Turnbull, 12 years old, from the Wellfield Comprehensive in Hartlepool. Spends a lot of his time playing with these remote control cars. He seems to be riding this 80cc motocross machine almost by remote control. The others not able to make any impression on him at all. Remember, it's 3 laps, halfway through at the moment. In second place there is James Noble for the Sharks. So it's the Eagles from the Tyne-Tees region, the Sharks from the Yorkshire region, the Tigers from Tyne-Tees, and then the Wasps for Yorkshire. But at the moment, no one threatening Barry Turnbull. Coming into the changeover point now, and this has been a tour de force from the 12-year-old from Hartlepool. Barry Turnbull finishes comfortably in first place.
That was incredible. That was absolutely fantastic. A great race there for the Eagles. How's your bike shaping up? Is it all right?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the race?
Yeah.
No competition at all there. Brilliant for the Eagles, but how are they doing?
Not bad at all, Matty. John Huscroft's been their runner, and as you can see, he's done well enough. And Matthew Waller takes over on the hovercraft with a comfortable lead. He can relax, really. There's no real pressure on him at all. Matthew, the 12-year-old from Cleveland, goes to the Ian Ramsey School. And there he is, right out in the distance. The Sharks second with Gavin Richardson. Lee Stevenson's been their runner. Gavin in second place. But Matthew can look back. There's Gavin, the 14-year-old from Garforth School in Leeds. He's got a bit of a problem here. Just trying to get started again. Desperate struggle. Michael Coxon looking on, and what he sees is that the Eagles have got a problem. There you can see Matthew Waller has got right wide into the bank and is now going to have to be rescued, and the others have gone past him. There he is. The safety guy's coming quickly to his rescue, but these two now have just edged past him. Tigers in third place, and at the moment the Eagles are fourth. Now we know that Matthew Waller seems to be the quickest when he's got his navigation right. Can he get round them again? He's off and moving, and much quicker than the rest. Not far to go now. You can see that Gavin Richardson in the lead for the Sharks. Second place for the Wasps, Bryn Hawkins. Michael Coxon third for the Tigers, but Matthew Waller gaining all the time. And these two look back rather anxiously because they can see Matthew Waller moving like greased lightning past them. Bryn Hawkins first. Gavin Richardson second for the Sharks. But you can see Bryn Hawkins looking round and wondering what's happening, because he can see through the corner of his eye Matthew Waller streaking up on them. Tigers third, and here comes Matthew Waller, and he goes from last to first, and despite his mishap, though he goes wide again, very close to the bank, certainly living dangerously. But now on the last lap, and having negotiated the route just past the bank, he looks to be safe this time. But having had the mishap, you can see he's looking around him just to make absolutely sure he negotiates the final buoys correctly. The Sharks moving through, Gavin Richardson in second place, but there's the winner. And the Eagles take event 2 here in Heat 3. Sharks are second with Gavin Richardson. Third, the Wasps with Bryn Hawkins. And Michael Coxon bringing up the rear with the Tigers. There's confirmation at the halfway stage. Eagles lead from the Wasps.
Matthew, what a race!
Well, it was quite easy, really.
Oh.
Apart from the bit where the wind caught me over there and I got sent over to the bank and I got stuck. But they didn't catch me, so...
What happened? Were you steering wrong or something? Because you just looked like you were going to demolish the bank.
No, the wind just caught it. These things just, when the wind catches them, they just fly. They just go anywhere they want to.
How much of a knack is there to riding these things?
A little bit. Quite, you have to... It's quite a bit of understeer, where if you turn in, it won't go. It just goes straight on.
So how much do you think your body weight helped?
A lot. It helps a lot. You have to really lean into the sides.
Well, it's a great victory then, and some valuable points for the Eagles. Well done.
Thanks.
Ooh, a personal space attack by a camera. What we want to know now is what makes Superchamps super and what makes gladiators gladioli, if you know what I mean. We've got some specimens over here. Hello, Panther.
Hi there, Matty. This is brilliant. It's great fun down here. They didn't have anything like this when I was young. We had space hoppers and pogo sticks, but nothing like this. I've got Tora here. What's your specialist sport, Tora?
Karting
Yeah, and how long have you been doing that?
since May.
Yeah, and how did you get interested in it?
I had friends that did it and I got interested in doing it.
Yeah, and do you belong to a club?
Yes, I belong to South Yorkshire Kart Club.
Have you won anything?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I've won 3 novice trophies and trophies in my class.
That's excellent. Are you enjoying Super?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
From Panther then to Hunter. This is Gareth. He's one of the Tigers' top jet skiers. Gareth, how did you get involved with jet skiing?
Well, my dad came down when I was 10 and he really loved it. And then he brought me down and I was just hooked.
And how about Superchamps? How did you get involved with that?
Well, the man that has the jet ski sent to go jet skiing put my name down because he thought I was quite good. And I got in.
That's great. So get yourself down on the water. It beats playing computer games.
We're back up on the track for event number 3, and this game is really new to Superchamps. It's all about balls, big orange bouncy balls. Yes, it's a new game. Whoop. And what our competitors have got to do is transport this big orange bouncy ball down to the water's edge any way they like. They can run with it, they can bounce it, they can carry it. They go down to the water's edge, jump into the canoe, taking the ball with them, of course, paddle round to the floating mulberry, throw the ball over the mulberry, and the one who throws it over first is the winner.
So going for the Eagles, we have John Huscroft, Matthew Waller and Simon Gray. But it's the Wasps who look as if they've made an early lead. Yes, they have. Carl Lee Firth, Bryn Hawkins, Michael Garland. Now, a bit of tactical changing here because the Eagles have sent John Huscroft on into the canoe to be at the ready. Very different from the others who are all working as a team together. They're the Tigers and the Sharks in last place. So let's see which is the best plan of campaign. The other Wasps. Michael Garland just getting in there. Bryn Hawkins already in and Carl Lee Firth. Ah, no, that's not quite the way to do it. Just when it looked like they would be off and running, they've gone very badly wrong. So it looks like it's the Eagles and the Sharks who are moving out ahead, and the Wasps have got all sorts of problems trying to retrieve that ball, which has gone, as you can see, about 20-30 metres away. It's a nightmare. But not for these two. Getting a little bit tangled up. Bryn Hawkins looking round, but still no retrieving of the ball. Now the Sharks look to be going the wrong way. They're cutting it very fine on the corner, and it's given the Eagles a chance to overtake. That's a bad mistake from the Sharks, and John Huscroft got his navigation much, much better. So it looks like the Eagles will come to the wall in first place. Yes, they do. And the Tigers moving into second place. A bad mistake from the Sharks. Now, can they get the ball over early? No, they can't, is the answer. But finally they do. The Wasps still in all sorts of problems, but the Eagles have landed. Victory then for the Eagles. Still out there, the Sharks having terrible troubles. Good to see him smiling. But after all that chaos, with one event to go, it's Eagles, then Wasps, Sharks and Tigers joint third.
Michael, you didn't come over here. You kept to your sinking ship, didn't you? What happened? What went wrong? What went wrong? What went wrong?
I don't know, we just tipped it and that was the end of it.
How many times did you capsize?
Twice.
I don't know.
Have you ever had that sinking feeling? Lots of our competitors did in the last race. It should have been called Death on the Nile again. Anyway, we move on to the final race in round 3 of Superchamps 94, and it really is a spectacular finale. We've got Honda pilots, we've got an assault course, we've got Wonder Wheels, and we've got the amazing Wave Blasters. We start with Honda pilots. They do 3 laps of the course and pull into the changeover bays, but one gets knocked out, only 3 go through. Right, Matty?
That's absolutely right. The 3 teams go over the assault course and then into their Wonder Wheels. They roll them all the way down to the far end of the pontoon. The first 2 Wonder Wheels to the pontoon, then set off the Wave Blasters around the course to go, and the Wave Blaster first to shore wins. I must admit, I fancied to go, but the director wouldn't let me. Cheers, boss.
Nearest the camera for the Eagles, Fraser Sheeder. Then for the Sharks, Gavin Richardson. Then for the Wasps, Gary Watling. And the far side for the Tigers, Michael Simpson. And a lot of bumping and boring at the start. And it looks like on the inside, the Eagles have got away with Fraser Sheeder. The Eagles first then. In second place, the Sharks with Gavin Richardson. In third place, the Wasps with Gary Watling. And the Tigers at the back with Michael Simpson. But it's the Eagles in front with Fraser Sheeder, the 10-year-old from Caton near Scarborough, goes to Newby School. So Eagles first, second the Sharks, third the Wasps, and fourth the Tigers. Those of you watching earlier in the series, these Honda pilots, 4-wheel, single-seater, all-terrain vehicles with those full roll cages, an aircraft type steering assembly with the throttle, start button, electric start button, brake levers, all at the fingertips. No foot controls at all. Designed to go over sand dunes, but here on the mud at Foss Hill, a testing target. Eagles in front with Fraser Sheeder. Fraser ranked nationally 5th in junior go-karting, and now being pressed all the time by Gavin Richardson. Gavin Richardson getting nearer and nearer for the Sharks. In third place for the Wasps, Gary Watling. And closing up to Michael Simpson. Moving to the changeover point at the end of the third lap. The last one home here will be eliminated. Only 3 will go through to the second stage, and it looks like being the Tigers out. Very close at the front. Indeed, the Tigers are eliminated, but it's the Eagles just first as we go into the second stage, the assault course. In second place, the Sharks, the Wasps closing up third. It's very close indeed. At the moment, the Sharks beginning to make a move. Lee Stevenson, James Noble and Amy Pugh, the far side, look to have overtaken the Eagles. The Wasps third. And no real cohesion here. Looks to be a bit doubtful. The Eagles beginning to catch up. At the top there, number 2, Barry Turnbull. Here's Matthew Waller making his jump and just heaved over. So it just means that Vicky Burton last to go. Meanwhile, the Wasps are over. And the Sharks and the Eagles, I'm afraid, are going to be eliminated because the last one into this stage has to drop out just as before. So we've got the Sharks and the Wasps. They're the only 2 contesting the rest of this. Now, when the Wonder Wheel hits the water, it'll be the signal for the wave blasters, the jet skis, to go off. But the Sharks have done a good job here. Lee Stevenson, James Noble and Amy Pugh. There are the Wasps close behind, but they can't get into the water. Not quite yet, but off they go with the jet skis. And for the Sharks, it's Jamie Moss. For the Wasps, it's Michael Garland. There's Michael, 11 years old from Barnsley. And there in front for the Sharks, it's Jamie Moss. Jamie, 12 years old, too young to race at the moment in the competition on jet skis in the normal club competitions, but this is a wonderful start for him. Been riding jet skis for a couple of years. And showing great authority here. Coming round the last time, there's the signal that he's won. Jamie Moss steers the Sharks home to a good victory. Second place are the Wasps, and the rest, of course, didn't start this final stage. Only 2 finishers. The Eagles, who were eliminated after the assault course, they finished third, and the Tigers, who were eliminated after the Honda pilots, they finish in 4th place. But overall, it means the Eagles have won Heat 3. There's confirmation. Eagles win by 2 points, Wasps, then Sharks, and then Tigers.
Well, a well-deserved victory this week then for the Eagles! Oh! Still only 6 points separates the first and the last in the table of Super Champs overall. And drip. From Matty, from me, from Hunter, from Panther, and from all our Super Champs. Say goodbye.
Bye!
Bye! See you next time!